Good day, teachers. So, welcome to our second tutorial on how to make a Google form, or how to correctly make a Google form in your Google Classroom. So, for the information of everyone, Google Form is actually like one of the services that Google provides. It's not just part of Google Classroom only. You can still make like a Google form for RVSP or res, Respondez s'il vous plaît. Or, for example, like you would like to conduct a survey or like an attendance. So you can just, make a Google form outside of Google Classroom. But as teachers, no, because since we are using Google Classroom right now as our official learning management system for this semester, so there will be a time that you are going to make like quizzes or essays using Google Forms and not just like Google Slides or Google Docs. Anyway, you're not limited man Japon sa Google Forms, no? Pwede man ganit ta kagamit og um, Google Spreadsheets, no? Especially if you are teaching like math or accounting, or for example, if you are going to also make use of, if you are also going to make use of, what do you call this? I forgot. Ah, Google Slides. Like for example, pareha siya sa Edmodo nga wherein it's an interactive kind of um survey or interactive kind of activity. So pwede man. Pero ang Google Forms ang gudang pinaka murag go-to dyan nato nga activity. So I've noticed some of the teachers in our department sa tourism has like a struggle when it comes to using Google Forms. Kay there was actually a time wherein some teachers message me nga, "Ma'am, kanang pa-activity ko sa first year tourism ma'am ba niya. Wala, I don't know how to identify kakinsa ni nga answer." So you have to put a name in the first part of the Google form so that when the student will answer it, sometimes gani we need to require also them to submit their or to fill out their CSR email so that when we return their answers to, for example, return their answers with their scores to them, you can just send it through their CSR email. Okay. So right now, I know all of you already are familiar with Google Forms. I explained it in my previous tutorial in Google Classroom, but I wasn't able to like have a step-by-step jud nga tutorial on how to do it. So I'm going to show you right now how it works. So first thing that you need to do is go to your Google Classroom. Make sure that you log into your official CSR email. Am I recording? Let me check. Okay. So it may take a while because there are a lot of subjects here that I'm invited. No, all subjects that is under the tourism department, whether it may be minor subjects or major. So I was invited to co-teach and also to monitor the teachers under these subjects or who are teaching these subjects. So take for example, I'll just go to my own Google Classroom. So for example, in TPC 8, Research and Tourism. So you are going to go in classwork. So, di ba mo create mo og activity. So let's say you are done with your synchronous class and you would like to upload like an activity for your asynchronous class, no, because you're done discussing the subject, the topic or lesson 1. So you would like to make like an activity for to assess no what they have learned from your previous lesson. So either again you just choose if you're going to make an assignment, a quiz assignment. Assignment is intended for example, if it's more of like an essay type, or you would like to ask them to do further research on, like for example, in multicultural diversity, you would like to ask them to do a research on the different corporate cultures from different hospitality um, establishments, no, or hotels, and then you would like them to compare which hotel has the best corporate culture, so things like that. So this is what you usually click if you would like to have that kind of assignment. But if you're more into like quizzes, like for example, same ra gyapon siya sa essay type, pero mura siya og kanang na mga case studies baron, or kung ganahan ba mo knowledge base siya nga quiz kay naa diray mga identification or enumeration, you can click this one. Or you would just like to raise a question, no, like usa ra ka question nga based from our recent on what was your take, based from our recent discussion, what was your take on this, so etc. So kani mong ibutang, or you have like a material already parang gimo ni Sir Gibson, no, nga sa first year ba to nga tourism or in nana siya gihimo sa Microsoft Word daan, ayan na lang gi-upload sa Google Classroom. So you can just make use of like a ready-made material, like a module or an activity sheet, and you can just upload it here. And then the student will just answer. So if you would like to make it from scratch, you can just click assignment or quiz assignment baron. So you'll be redirected to this part of the classwork wherein you are required to write the title of your activity. So for example, lesson 1, a quiz or assessment, and then write your instructions here. And then, like what I've said, no, i-edit mo if pila ka points ang naa diri. For example, until 50 or 25, depende na sa imuha. And then make sure nga for the subject ra, if you are going to make an activity for all of your subjects, like for example, kuan na siya, pahimuon nimo sila og marag what have they learned from the lesson unya, duha to ka buok subjects imong gi-discuss earlier this morning abi. So pwede ka mo click kung sa to nga subject ka mong gusto i-post, or maghimo ba kag announcement ron or activity nga like a survey that is addressed to all of your students in all subjects. So i-click ra to nimo diri. If this is like a special type of exam wherein you have a student who just missed your long quiz, and then you would like them to answer like a separate quiz that is different from your original quiz, so pwede ra ka kapili kinsa nga student ang imuhang tagaanan. So you just uncheck that and then only click the student that will be given this type of quiz. Pero kung tanan sila, then click all students. Due date ay kalimot when, so you know that already, no, nga kung kanus siya ang deadline. Like for example, if I post that today, that's 21, so deadline will be on Monday baron, or on Wednesday 25. And then time, usually before midnight, or ikaw bahala kung gusto ka imong ilisan og 8 a.m. sa buntag on August 25. And then always click check plagiarism. So in order for Google Classroom to also help you out when it comes to checking if the student have plagiarized. But again, it's not foolproof. It's not like Grammarly or Turnitin wherein they can check if the student has committed plagiarism. Di man siya ing anak ka-thorough si Google Classroom, no. So kung na dire estudyante nga nangupya sa internet, dili man jud na ma-check jud ni Google Classroom tanan, no, maghapaw ra ni iya ha. So if you would like to have a thorough checking, like for example, if you're teaching research, might as well you just go to like Turnitin or Grammarly. But we are not subscribed. Hopefully, sister will subscribe to Grammarly for a year so that all of us can check the answers of our students online and to see if they copied it from the internet. So, karon sa ko, I accidentally subscribed to Grammarly with plagiarism checker. So, I got to pay mga 7,000 dala tax for the entire year. But it was really quite helpful because nakoy activity na pud, no, atong pag summer unya. I uploaded it in Grammarly and then I applied the plagiarism checker. So nakita dito unsay mga sentences gi-submit sa akong student sa iyang murag gi-answer, gi-compare niya sa internet without even citing the reference. So for those who are teaching research, or for example, if thorough ra jud ka nga type of teacher, you would like to know if gi-copy paste ra ni student an answer, so para wala sila kawala, you can avail that, per if of course naka extra money, or if mo sponsor si sister, pwede jud kaayo, no? For the entire year. Um, other universities are doing that. They are subscribed to Turnitin. So all teachers and students will be able to check not only their grammar, so at least no, before nila isubmit ilahang output like research paper, baron, or essay, um, i-check na siya ang ihang grammar. At the same time, makapili pod ka if it's meant for like a general audience, or for example, if ang audience baron is like for experts ra ba ni siya, or for example if it's meant to inform or meant to entertain or tell a story. So na yung mga yung ana ang options, no. What is nice as well is, again, like what I've said, it has a plagiarism checker. um you will be notified if this part of the sentence is copied online, and you will also be notified from what website the student got that paragraph. At the same time, makita pod pila ka percent ang na-plagiarize sa student. Take for example, sa tibuok niya nga 15 pages, 90% is plagiarized. So that's alarming. No? Almost all of the paper there, the contents there are not from his own ideas, but only copied from someone else. No? So again, this is useful for graduate school, for those who are teaching research. Right now, no, I'm making use of my accidental subscription in my research subject as well in both college and senior high. So it's really useful. Hopefully, sister, if you find it like it's nice for you, so you can also subscribe. I suggest to turn it in. It's much more, what do you call this, thorough, and mas rigid jud siya compared to Grammarly. Si Grammarly na pagani malusot ginagmay. In the graduate school, we have that. We used both Grammarly and Turnitin. Kay mas grabe si Turnitin makadetect og plagiarism. So that's it, no? Since I did mention plagiarism here sa Google Classroom, although it is intended here to help us with plagiarism, but it's not as thorough as Grammarly and Turnitin. So you can just check that if you'd like, no? Para na dungag koan, dungag tabang. So again, if you don't have like a ready-made material with you, sometimes, no, if you would like to go the extra mile, you would just add like a video from YouTube, and then you instruct them to make a reflection out of that video, then you create. Kay pwede man duha. Dili raw ka-limited nga, Google Form ra kung himuon usa ka buok. You're not only limited to this, nga mag-create ka Google Form, or mag-create ka og Microsoft Word for essay. You can even attach a link to a YouTube video, especially no sa tourism management department wherein ato bing i-attach ang bag-o nga DOT promotional video. Post nimo diri. Butan nimo ang link diri from YouTube, add link. Dayon nakaibutang diri nga instruction sa Google Docs abi, nga based on what you've seen sa DOT promotional video, unsa man ang imuhang like reflection, no, or for example unsa man ang imuhang iko compare unsa may mong masulti, no, in comparison to the previous promotional videos ni DOT. Ana. So ikaw na ba teacher ana, no, sa imong mga pakulo sa mga bata. As long as they can view it, no, if ma-download ra pud siya offline ang YouTube video, kay again, especially to the new ones who are not really aware of our students are coming from low income families, and some of them are living in bukids and barangays, and they do not have access to online classes all the time. As much as we want to create like this competitive environment where everyone can keep up with technology, sadly, not everyone are privileged with the kind of technology and gadgets that we have. So we need to be really quite flexible to also the needs of those who are, in marginalized areas that are not really privileged with like money for load, but they want to continue studying, and they want to experience what it's like to be in a private school which offers quality Catholic education. So kita na lang mo ko ano, magpaubaya po ta ginagmay. So make sure that the links that you upload can be downloaded offline. Meaning, even if they don't have internet connection, as long as they download it during the time nga napasalay internet abi or napasalay data, ma-download nila na siya pagkahuman, they can just watch it anytime. As long as masakto, ma-kuha na pud sa memory sa ilahang smartphone. So, muna siya akong i-kuan pud sa inyo ha. Because again, um, as much as you want to kuano kay mayong ka nga, siya ra bitaw usa ma'am, daghan bitaw sila maka-access sa kuan. Maski na how would you feel as a teacher or as a student pod nga everyone can keep up and you're the only one who's struggling and you feel very left out. So, mo na siya. Okay, so going back, no, that is just like a sidetrack of my sentiment. So, let's click this Google form. So, naka-create naman ka og new form, no? Na siya, naka-create na ka. So, automatically, ma-open siya og bag-o nga form. Don't worry because everything that you write here will be save man Japon diri. So, usa raman parehas raman ni sila. Kaso, ang kuan lang is make sure that you have a strong internet connection because for example, if you're editing your Google form and natabo nga you have unstable internet connection, your recent edits will not be saved. So, mo po na ang setback po, no? We're so reliant on technology and Wi-Fi these days. So let's say lesson one is then you provide form description. So ikaw na bahala na provide kag instructions baron nga please read each question carefully and place your answer in the space provided for for each number. To ka sure kung naka-grammarly pwede mo na ikuan i-check. Okay, so what you're going to do is make sure that the second part here is intended for the name of the student. So this is the common thing that for new ones who have this kind of like dilemma no or mistake nga we're in. They forgot to write this no. Natabo po ni sa ko before when I was still exploring Google Form. So make sure to always write the name of the student. If you are teaching more than one subject and you have like the same form, you can also add click here add question year level. If you're creating like a form for pwede man ka mag-poll. Pwede man na siya first year. Kung daghan siya kag time, no? Pwede man dili multiple choice. You can just change that to paragraph burn or short answer if you would just like them to write, you know, their own year level. Pero kung ginahan ka ikaw mohatag og option, pwede man. Pero kung ginahan ka sila mo sulat, pwede ra pod. Again, depende ra jud na ni teacher. Do not forget when you click here, no name of student, short answer automatically. Always click the record button. That means you will see an asterisk at the end of. Oh, why it won't? Okay, you'll see a red asterisk at the end of like the question or the instruction. That means that they cannot proceed to the next question, or for example, they cannot submit their responses if they will not answer this part. So this is like to ensure that the student will not miss any question. So you need to make sure that you will click the required button. If kapuyan gani mo, o pwede copy, o duplicate, and just change that to course or program. Dahil we don't use course anymore. Program. Oh, ilisa naman na bis. IT. Yes, tourism. If you're teaching more than one programs baron, tudlo pa budyo ka sa lain nga kuan. For example, tudlo ka sa BSBA. O depende na na sa imuha. Pero this is not necessary for ano man, for wala importante naman ang name of student. Labi na for major, those who are teaching in major subjects. This is intended for minor subjects naman, like GE subjects ba nga, wherein they are teaching all courses, no? All programs, and then from naiuban nga there are transferees from different tier levels, so you need to put there. Don't forget to click required. Ma'am, so how can I delete like an option if I would like to delete it? You just click X here. If you're an extra teacher pa jud, no, you would like to add like an image in every option. Oh, kinahanglan ibigay butang. Like for example, marag pang elementary style no nga butang ka dirag question and then naay ka ng illustration, ya, pili sila dira pwede man. For example, if you're teaching Philippine culture and tourism geography and you would like to test if they know their Philippine map. Oh, you're going to write there, oh, which of the following is region 1? Ang map sa region 1. Yan na kay mga different pictures nila niya. Pilion na ni student. Oh, that's a creative part of making an exam for students. Most especially if gaintil siya like a map or for example like an illustration or for example like in marketing or which is the next part of the marketing process or okay, before ta mo proceed, ari sa settings. So the settings is beside the preview button. Preview button is intended for you if you would like to see what your Google form looks like once it is done. So beside that is the settings button. You click settings. Now, in here, make sure that you click collect emails so that they will be able to fill out their CSR email. Again, click restrict to users in Colegio de Santa Rita only, and it has to be limited to one response, meaning they will not be able to respond again. There will be a tendency manggod nga mo respond sila balik, kailang i-correct ilang answer. Oh. So, do not click edit after submit. So if you do that, no, they will be able to edit their answers before they submit it. And then si ma-perfect si student, no, kay kabalo man siya, okay, wrong man da ito kung answer sa number 9, no, nya, ay ako lang i-edit. O akong ilisan kay nakita na ko ang answer sa number 9. Oh. Para foolproof jud sila, di sila kita sa answer. Oh, ayaw i-click ning edit after submit. Ruthless kaayo, no? Pero again, it's a personal preference. If you don't want that, then don't click it. If you want them to edit because you're so generous and so kind and you want them to edit their answers before they submit it to you, or you can just click that. Presentation. So, click show progress bar and do not click other things anymore. Pwede kang mabutan there, oh, thank you for your response. Have a great day. Optional rin na if hands kang butang og kanang kuan extra like quotations and all you can put there. Quizzes. Okay, click make this a quiz so that there will be like a point system. So beside each question there will be a point system, like for example for this question it's meant for like 2 points, 1 point or 5 points. And then click this one. Later after manual review. So why do we need to click this? One, because for example, if you provide an answer key and then your answer key is in sentence case. Unsa man yung sentence case? Para sa ba? Nga capital letter, pinakauna is in capital and the rest is lowercase. No, uppercase ang first letter and then lowercase tanan. What if si student iyahang pag-spell sa respondents or sa answer is in lowercase tanan, meaning wala naka-capital ang letter R, no? So lowercase tanan. Sakto man Japon is the right word, pero wala lang siya naka-sentence case parehas ani, no, naka-lowercase siya tanan. So tendency no strict kaayo si Google Form, iya din a mistake masking sakto. So ikaw na lang bahala manual og lantaw. Although i-check naman ni Google Form for you, siya may bahala mo check, di ba ana? You have to do manual review Japon to see if naabay na wrongan si Google Form pero check para sa imuha. Because again, these are just computer based nga ko ano, they don't actually have like emotions or understanding compared to actual humans. So it's up to us to do like a manual review after they have submitted their answers. Let's try to check if sakto ba. Now, this is the important part. Respondents can see missed questions, correct answers, and point values. Now, you would like to remove this because once you would let them see the correct answer, they would report that to their classmates who haven't answered the form yet. So their classmate will have an idea what is the correct answer on this number. So, tendency mo na magka-leak na yun. So, don't show them the answer key. You can show them what are the missed questions, like asa nga questions sila na sayop. Pero set back again, wala pa kung wala ka naka-manual review niyo, makita sila mo sila, sakto man to kung answer, ma'am. Kaya nakita man lang diri nga ilang missed question is nasa number 5. Sakto man to kung answer, ma'am. Ngano girungan man ko? Okay, wala man gud nimo na manual review. Girungan siya ni Google form kay tungod ra jud sa wala na capital ang letter R baron masking same ra man siya nga word. So optional ra ni. If you would like them to know unsay mga numbers dira or asa mga questions nila nga wala nila na answeran, or for example they got the wrong answer. Point values is important so that they will know when they answer the Google form, they would know pila ni siya ka points. Hala, okay, si number 5 kay 2 points or 3 points kay mark essay type man siya kuning tarong unog answer. Then click save. Automatically will see a drastic change in your Google form. And before that, you can have the option to also change the color. So for example, I'm more of like a pink person, so like I can just choose pink if I'd like. Ano siya purple? Pink daw. Oh, pwede rin eh. Kaartihan sa life rin siya. Kung ginahan ka, ana. Pero kung di ka ginahan, pwede ra po, no? It adds arte raman to the life. Background colors ka ni. So, ginahan ka ng mas darker nga pink. Pwede na siya. Header. Oh, if you would like a fancy header there to stimulate your students nga, ginahan ko og answer, ma'am. So, you can put like a header po. Para, indot imuhang koan. I don't have time naman to choose kanilang. Then insert. Nan. Font style. Basic lang guro, no? We don't want to have like a fancy koan jud. Um, font kay it will distract our students. They will not read that, especially those students who are, using mobile phones. O, diba? So, na, diring answer key, no? Bongga na kaya to ang quiz. No, there is a drastic change already. You can add point system. Okay, so this is intended for like the preliminaries part wherein you would ask the name of the student, their year level, and program. Let's now move on to the quiz proper. So if you have like test 1, test 2, test 3, don't forget to add a section. So add your section. So i-divide siya, no? So this is test 1. For example, enumeration. Pwede naman na case study type, sorry. Study. Then provide there the instructions. Then after the section, you add question. Um, there was also a part wherein I also included like a picture or a clip. Like for example, before the question, I included a clip and then they would watch the video and then they will answer. But I don't do that all the time because knowing that not everyone can watch the video, especially during like an activity. So or during exam should. So I will just do is either I add a picture here. Like for example, you would like them to look at a picture, an illustration, and you would like them to answer something about the for example, sample na ha. Where is the example ang taog lain? Sample na lang ni ha. Kay ako'y makita ang lain. Ano kay mag-picture man eh. Yay, okay. Then you write like your question here, you write there. And for example, it's like an essay type, like based from this illustration, what is your how would you interpret this illustration? Change it into paragraph form by essay type man. And then don't forget, since you don't have an answer key, no, because this is like an essay type, um, open-ended man ni siya nga kuan. For example, 3 points ni siya. Don't forget to click the answer key, but do not provide the answer key, no, kay add answer feedback ra. Mo man ni siya usually basta essay, no, or long answer or paragraph. Answer feedback, right? Kanang butang ka dira ron og feedback based from this picture, or for example, um like an additional explanation, like for example, if you would like them to explain about what do you call this, sa to kung iisulti, halimot na noon ko. Or for kung ano lang abi, supply chain management o yung naka-illustration about supply chain management, and then i-explain nila na what is the flow of supply chain management. Butang ka direct feedback, marag additional support explanation about supply chain management. Para in case if they got the wrong answer, there will be an explanation nga why this is the correct explanation of supply chain management. Or, for example, if they got it correct, at least na po yung supporting feedback. Now, there will be a point system already, no? 3 points for this question alone, which is an essay type. Then don't forget to click required. Then once you would like to add another question, you just click here on the sidebar. So nalaga mo yun, no? Import ka questions from your ready-made material, add title, description, add an image if you just like to provide like an image for them to like look at and then answer, or add video. Pero I don't really advise these. You just stick to add question lang. Anyway, kung ginahan ka mo dungog og picture adiri sa imong question, pwede ra man ka diri. Diri ka mabutang. Okay, next, if imong question is more on like a linear scale, no, from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, no, pwede man linear scale imong pilion. Okay, then i-label ra na nimo what is the highest to lowest. Or, for example, check boxes. Unsa man yung check boxes? Si check boxes, they can answer more than one option. Kay si multiple choice, libog kayo siya, no? Si multiple choice, you can only answer one out of like 5 options here. For example, option 2, option 3, o daghan na bikag options dira. You can only answer one out of that. But if you would like them to answer more than one, you can just click check boxes. Ang short answer is intended for identification. Paragraph is intended for essays or like case study answers. Multiple choice, if you would like them to answer like A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Check boxes, more than one answer. And then, checkbox grid. So, daghan, no? Pili sila daghan. Multiple choice grid, linear scale. Date and time, that's intended for example, like a survey or like a form wherein you would like to ask them when is their birthday or what is the time that they came in school or etc. That's for like surveys or forms only. Then, for example, it's a multiple choice question. Click required. Then click the answer key. Now, you will choose there what is the correct answer. So, option 2 is the correct answer. Muna abi. For question number 2, option 2 is the correct answer. And then the point system will be 1 point. And then click done. So, sa answer key, click. If you like to change the answer, like, ay, dili man di si option 2 ang correct answer, si option 3 man di ay. So, click to answer key, choose option 3, remove option 2, and then click done. So, again, answer key ra ka magbutang sa answer key o magbutang sa point system niya. And then, if you like to move to like test 2, add section drop on. Kay test 2 abi is more on like identification baron, ikaw na bahala. Pero, dapat dili ta knowledge base lang, no? Kay Google ra na nila sa internet. Although, usahay, magamit ang knowledge base per mga short quizzes ra. And add question. Na. Ako rin giskip ang mga kaniha. Naman na, it's already understood naman nga given naman siya nga you have to provide like the instructions here and questions. I'm just going to show you what to do with each question. Na so, if it's identification, you do that. No short answer. Check boxes. Required. Sorry. Required. Then, you have numerous options. Pwede nimo mailisan ha. Sample ni A is apple, baron. Sa ba na siya? And then, option 1, 2, 3, 4. Answer key. And then, you can choose more than one answer. So, letter A is correct and option 4. So, this is 1 point only. So, either of the two ilahang pilion. Or if duha, 2 points. Unara na nimo. And click that. Okay, that's it. And then when you want to save that, you just click here, kaning sa untitled form. Automatically, it will rename. And then when you go back here to your classwork, although it's still untitled form, but when you click that, it will automatically load to the form that you just made earlier. Just this one. Charan. Okay. What else? Okay, you would like to send it to your students right away without using Google Classroom? You can. You can just click send. Go to this chain icon. Or kaya subject lesson 1 quiz. Pwede mo ilisan yung subject, for example. Or research and tourism. Okay. Message. You can just click there. Good morning, class. Good day, class. Please answer this quiz. You are given until Wednesday to complete it. And then do not add collaborators lang not unless if you're like a teacher too. So if you're going to send it to email, you can, add them individually pero kapoy man no. Sorry lang ta sa link. Shorten URL para dili taas, para dali ra copy, then click copy, then send it to your GC. Once you send this link, automatically they will have access as long as they are using their CSR email. If they're not using their CSR email, they will not access the form. Wala din sila, "Ma'am, di lagi ko ka-access lagi. Ka-access lagi to si Kuan." Kindly check if you are using your CSR email. So, mara na siya, no? Sometimes, yung gusto mo gamit, ani, kay malimot sila login, no? Kay they're used to their personal email. That is why they will not be able to make use of their, cannot access the form. Diba, nagbutang man taog, point system, no? Kanina, sa kanitong mga gipanghimo nga questions, automatically, you will see there the total points. Now, where do I see, ma'am? Like, for example, i-assign na nako siya sa ano, ma'am, sa Google Classroom. How will I know or how will I answer, know their answers man, ma'am? Like, for example, let's just go here. And then, okay. For example, this your activity, no? Click tab view assignment. So, sorry man akong student diri kay summer class man ni siya. So, you will see that the student will not, has not answered yet if number 1 ra assigned, no, siya ra usa. So, na ay number 3 assigned, under assigned, and then 0 ang graded, 0 ang turned in. But if he is finished or she is finished answering the quiz, automatically, ma-0 ang assigned, na ay number 1 diri sa quiz, sa turned in. So, once it's submitted, so, ma'am, nakbuta man diri mga turned in, ma'am, pero wala kita nga na-attach nga file. Of course, you will not see because it's in Google Form, diba? So, you will just click here, quiz. Automatically, it will direct you to the quiz that you made. And then you go here to this pencil button thing in the lower right of your screen. And then, just wait for a while ha. Okay. So you will now be redirected to your form that you made. Then for you to see the responses of your students, again ha, do not forget to write the name and then ask for their email. You go to responses, you will see how many responded. So since I only have one student during the summer class, so one ra na siya. Do not go to summary and question, go right away to individual. By the way, before we will go there, if you do not want to accept responses anymore because you've already um, gave them the deadline, and for example, today is the deadline, so you just click that one, so you will no longer be accepting responses. So the students who will open the link, they will not be able to access it because you will no longer be accepting responses from late students. So just click individual. You will see who is the student that answered the first form because you will see their email, but this is their kuan pa man, no, personal email. So since we are using our CSR naman nga email, so mausab na ni siya. And then you'll also see here their name. Again, it's really important that you provide a blank that will ask them what their name is so that you will also know kung kakinsa ni siya nga answer. So na diri no gi-check na ni mo ni siyang matabo if si Google Form ang mo check. Girongan niya kay na ka-sentence case ang bali siya sa naka-sentence case ang answer pero ang ako ang answer key is naka lowercase. So since I check man nga I will check it manually. So ako ang nag-manual og check ani. So how will I do that? So supposedly girongan ni siya ni Google Form. So zero na siya no niya X ni dire. So ako man siyang gi-check manually, ako nang giusab dire gi-click na kog one. And then click save. Always click save. So once you click this, automatically ma-update ang iyahang score. Imbes nga asa makita ang score niya, ma'am? Nadiri sa babaw. So out of 60 points, 59 iyahang score na siya one mistake. So mo na siya class no. Mo na siya teachers no. So para sa ni pod girongan niya kay naka lowercase man ako ang answer key pero naka sentence case ang iyahang answer. So ako siyang gi-manual og check. So imbis zero na siya no kay girongan siya ni Google Form. Sa ko mang gi-recheck og balik. So click na ko siya 1. And then click save. Always click save. Para ma-update yung score. Edit save. Kung ganahan ka, pwede nimo tingubon, no? You will just click here, no? If for example, sa pangrungan sa Google Form, no? Kay dili magkatugma ang amo ang answer key og answer. So, since sakto naman jud siya, sakto mang spelling, no? Sentence case ra jud iyahan niya, ako kay lowercase. So, diri, ikaw lang nimo, no? I-change na nimo ang points niya. 1, check siya. Kay supposedly, kung wrongan siya ni Google Form, 0 man jud na. So, 1. So, ilis-ilisa na nimo until, you are done with the checking na. Ay, wrong di siya ka wrong spelling. So, mahuman kag check ana, sakto man yung mga answers tanan. Click din kag save. So, pwede nimo tingobon og save, no? I-check sa nimo tanan tagsa-tagsa, click save. Automatically ma-update yung points. Sa day, 56 of 60 points. So, one mistake ra. So, once you are done checking each student, ay kalimot before ka mo proceed sa next student or next response, release score. So, once you click this, masanda yun sa email ni student nga mo ni iyang score sa kani nga quiz. Then you proceed to the next student. And that's it. You're done. You're done checking. Okay? So that's about it. No? That's how you navigate through Google Forms and how to provide like point system and how to also make sure that your students don't see your answer key and they won't be able to edit it after they submit their answer. So if you have other questions, you can just message me or clarifications with regards to Google Form or Google Classroom. Okay, so thank you so much everyone. Goodbye. See you in the like next meeting or video.